is the Peace and Mohair Grease Podcast, bringing you reviews in movies, music, television, and touching on the latest hot topics and discussions with your boy, HizWill.
Welcome back to the Peace and Mohair Grease Podcast. Kicking off season 2, episode 1, and we're going to be reviewing Old. So y'all just kick back and we'll see what's good with it. Getting back to the movie, starting off slow. I won't be here long, just trying to get back to it. So basically, this came out in 2021. I had just recently watched it, so I wanted to start off and do some little quick movie review, and then so I won't be before you long for the most part here. This was of course directed by M. Night Shyamalan, which I really do enjoy his movies. They're a little quirky sometimes, but it's cool. It's cool. I enjoy it. And so the movie, of course, it stars Gael Garcia Bernal, Vicky Krieps, Rufus Sewell, Alex Wolff, Thomasin McKenzie, Abby Lee, and so on and so forth. As we, get back down, I don't want to name the whole cast, but basically the premise of the movie is basically they get some type of free trip or something that they come through. Say, hey, you won this new trip to the island. Come on down. It's going to be great. We can get your time. You can get your time, your energy, your fun, and all that. Let's go. Which is cool. And it sounds fun, right? Kind of like some other horror movies where, well, this is not a horror, which is more of a thriller, but kind of like some of the other movies. Where you always get they lure you into something, vacation trips or something, and people not being able to go, they do their thing, and they finally get to go somewhere or whatever. There's a couple of dynamics going on with the movie. You have one of the families that's the main family that comes in there. They are probably a younger family, probably I would say in their maybe early 40s. 2 kids. I think one of them was 11 and one of them was 6, I believe. Now, typical family, the mother is, she works a lot, so this is a trip, so she's kind of like a workaholic. But they also have turmoil that's going on with them. And believe it or not, that always causes problems. So you already know how that goes. So it does cause problems. It is what it is. Let me pause right there. I just want to make sure that everything is sounding good. Make sure everything is sounding good out there in the live world, you dig? Let me just test it. So it does cause problems. It is what it is. Let me pause right there. I just want to make sure that everything. Yeah, sounds good. And look, there's nobody in here. I'm talking to myself. It's all good, but just remember this is 0. We started from the bottom. We're just gonna work our way up and just start getting to some things, do a little bit some things better. And any suggestions or topics or everything you want to go over, you just let me know. Like, comment down below. So just make sure you like, comment down below, subscribe, all that good stuff. And, we'll go from there. So basically, the family was getting to, the mom, she was workaholic and stuff. So they was having problems. They was getting ready to divorce or separate or whatnot. There was infidelity involved. If I remember, it was, I believe, on her part. So the kids didn't know, but I guess this trip they was trying to figure it out, however you want to say that. And so then, let's see. And so then, excuse me, I'm just trying to get some stuff here. All right. So then, they're here at the island, and she's all in her, stuck in her phone, trying to send emails and all that type of stuff. And they're supposed to be on there having a good time. They get on an argument. They're welcome. Let's go back a little bit. They're welcomed, coming in. People standing outside, ready to lay you. Put the lays or whatever on you. They stand outside to greet them. Had their drinks ready based off their profile, all this stuff. Going to there, they get their stuff, get it checked in. Beautiful room, beautiful resort. Everything's good. They got stuff on the board set up. Hey, this day is this day is that, and the other. And then meanwhile, there's another family. So they're at dinner. Well, I'm jumping all over the place. Let me get back to what I was talking about. So she was they getting checked in a hotel, and they start talking like, oh, this is nice. She's working, blah blah blah. They try to figure out when they're going to tell the kids and this, that, and the other. They go to dinner. Meanwhile, at dinner, there's another family. There's it's a nurse and two nurses. They're together. An Asian dude and this black woman. And they're a couple, and she has grand mal seizures. So she had one at dinner, and they had to let her kind of rest and get done. And they're, so they find out it's like, okay, she's fine. And the lady gets, hey, sorry, ruined your dinner, all that type of stuff. So that's fine. And then we go into, there's another family with, it's like he's a surgeon, top surgeon, older guy, has I guess a Stepford wife type. Well, I wouldn't say that much because they're kind of robotic, but has a younger wife that she's all about her looks and all this stuff. They have a little girl that's probably around 6 years old too, around the male child. And then there's a little boy that's there on the island, which is the nephew of the guy that owns the island. So he right away befriends the main family, their two kids. So they befriend them right away. And start talking, and then they become good friends. And he's writing letters that they can decode. He'll write like letters with these characters and stuff. But then the characters, each character is a letter. It correlates to a letter, and so then that's how they decipher it. It's nothing crazy. And so that's cool. And so they do that, do what they got to do. So then what happens is, so it's excursion time. So they get out, get ready to go to the excursion. But meanwhile, there is another couple out on the beach. And this is, I believe, let's see, and this is played by Aaron Pierre. And another individual, they was out swimming. It's always got to have a couple they out there swimming, and she's skinny dipping and all this type of stuff. And then she jumps in, scene cuts, goes back to them, excursion. They pull up, and they was like, the guy, which was M. Night Shyamalan, because he always pops in the videos like Stan Lee, in his movies like Stan Lee. So he pops up, drops them off, and he's like, yeah, let me see what's going on. So they're like, okay, cool. He's like, yeah, here's what you go. We'll drop you off. I'll be back this time. They give him like 2 big old crates of food. It's like, wow, that's a lot of food for just this family. Like, yeah, kids get hungry, And so they go down to the beach. Everybody's chilling, blah, blah, blah. They chilling, doing their thing. And then it starts to get creepy. So the kids are playing. The kids are playing hide and seek, and the boy from the main family, he was hiding in this little cove, and then the body floats up of the of the girl that they were skinny dipping prior that night, and he's hollering, screaming. They come like, where'd that body come from? Meanwhile, the dude that was there on the beach with her, just sitting there, his nose was bleeding. His nose been bleeding all night, and so they don't know what's going on, and so they immediately think he's a suspect, think he did something, and that this, that, and the other. Then it starts getting creepy. The kids start to grow and age older. So after that stuff happens, all this commotion's going on, and they're like, wait, what's going on here? Huh? So they try to run back through the cave, and it's kind of like trying to come out the water, up the water too fast, and they pass out. Then they wake up, all of a sudden they're back on the beach. They're like, how did I end up here? And so what happens is there's something in the rocks that causes you to age, and it's weird, some scientific thing that causes you to age and stuff. So meanwhile, the kids are aging. So you have the surgeon. Also his mother was there with him too. So so we have that stuff going on. Then the mother, his mother, the surgeon's the older mother, she sits down. She's like, I feel this heavy this heavy weight on my chest or whatnot. So of course she's aging, and it's like every hour is like 30 years, or it's something crazy, 10, 15 years. It's crazy how they age. And so the mother dies, heart attack. The older gentleman, he starts going senile and thinking everybody getting paranoid and out to get him. So he ends up, he cut the black dude, for the one that was on the beach before with the woman that was murdered. He cut him first, and they're like, man, what you doing? Stop tripping. And so that happens, and then all of a sudden we fast forward a little bit because I'm just kind of going through the movie. And then his mother dies, and he's sitting off in the corner. They get the knife from him, so blah blah blah. They do that. Somehow he gets another knife, and then they hear some yells, and he's stabbing the black dude. Now, another thing that happens is when you get cut, it heals automatically, unless, of course, it's some type of blunt force trauma. But he got stabbed several times, and not enough for him to heal in time. They had like these Wolverine abilities, but it didn't work. And so then what happens is, let's see. Then what happens is so he's gone. The kids get older. The son of the main family and the daughter of the family of the surgeon, they become close, and they start laying down and in the tent, and then all of a sudden pops up. He's like, oh yeah, we're just having fun, because they're naive. They don't know what's going on. I just got a little fat. That's all I was eating. She's pregnant, and so it's hurried. So the baby growing in like minutes, and then she ends up having a baby. Baby's born and dies. They're all distraught, so she tries to get up out of there by climbing up the cliff. She gets up there, she's like, oh cool, about to do it, boom, that hit, she falls, bam, she's dead. So the nurse couple, she has a grand mal seizure, and multiple ones like at the same time, and boom, she's out of here. Her husband, he was an excellent swimmer, so he's gonna try to swim around the cove to see if he can, get out. Boom, he floats up, he's out of there. And actually that happened first, and then she passed away. And so then now is left is the two kids and their parents. So the parents make up or whatever, and they're getting older and older. One of them goes blind, his eyes goes blind. The other one he needs glasses, but when you look at it, it's very blurry. His seeing is going. And then the mother, she loses her hearing in one ear, and so they're getting older and aging. And then the sister and daughter was in the cave trying to find a way to get out, and the lady that was so beautiful, whatever, she ran off after her daughter was pregnant and stuff. She couldn't take it, so she's in the cave, and she's just looking all twisted and weird, because she's aging, and she just It's not aging right. So she was holding up a rock trying to throw stuff like, hey, put out that light. Put out that light. I don't want to do it. No, I don't want to do it. Stop it. All that stuff. She throws the rock, drops on her shoulder, boom, breaks it, and she twists, and then she's crawling after him, and then she's getting all, she keeps breaking limbs, and then they flash light on her, and she's all twisted up like, it was crazy looking. It was some wild looking stuff. So she's out of there. So then it's just them two. And then their parents, they're sitting with them, say their last love yous and stuff. And the father, he passes away on his wife. She gets up, walks to the ocean, stops, and then walks back because she gets weak. She has to go sit down. And then she passes away. Now it's just them two left. So now the next day comes. They're in their 40s. No. Late 40s and early 50s. And he pulls out a letter from the little boy and deciphers it and says, my uncle doesn't like the reefs. And they say, what? Now, meanwhile, they keep saying there's a camera. Somebody's watching us up there. It's M. Night Shyamalan. He's up there taking video and videotaping all this stuff. And I'll get to that in a second. So they find out they can get into the reefs. Somehow blocks and stops everything. So they get to the reef, get in there. She gets caught as they're swimming in there, and they got to get out and pop out, and then she ends up getting through. They make it seem like she didn't make it or whatever, but she does. So they did do that, and they got that cracking. And so then what happens is, so they make it, got up. So M. Night Shyamalan, he says, oh yeah, they went down. There's no more people left. They all died. I saw them. It's basically an experiment. They call these different people. They look at their medical histories, and they invite all these people to the resort and have them go down there so they can run tests because they're trying to, in the name of science, create cures to different things without telling nobody. And so then that's done, and so they pop up saying, no, you guys don't. They knock the drinks over. Don't drink none of that. These people are crazy. Now, when he was a little boy, they went around, him and the boys, the nephew, went around asking everybody, hello, my name is such and such. My name is such and such. What do you do for a living? So one of the dudes there was a cop. He was chilling at the resort doing his thing, a brother. And so now he's 50 years old. He comes up to him and says, hey, you're a cop, remember? He's like, wait, you're the little boy? Yes. And so he gives him all this evidence. He immediately calls his people. They fly down there, arrest everybody, get them out of there. Everybody's in shock that he made it because they're like, uh-oh, it's a breach. And he gets there and tells them. They both come up, and they see the little boy. He's still a little boy. The one that gave him the nephew, still a little boy. So they get arrested, gone, and then they fly out of there. Boom, movie's over. Crazy movie, because if you think about the concept, it's funny that it came at this time, because you're like, man, my kids, as they getting older, and it's like, dang, my twinlets, they getting older, so it's like, that's crazy, man. And that's some scary stuff. No doubt. It's scary. And so, I'm just thinking, the movie was real cool. I must say, it was a trip, because it was just like, man, M. Night Shyamalan, he be having them creepy looking movies. Sometimes it just makes you think, if there was something like that that's crazy, causing you to age crazy like that. That's like, wow. Sorry, I need a little something to drink here. I've been talking for almost 20 minutes. So, yeah, and that's basically the gist of the movie. So, I thought it was cool. It was a pretty little cool movie. Sit back and chill. It was, not really nothing to call home about like that, but it is what it is. for what it gave, but it was cool. I enjoyed it. Me and the wife watched it, so it was real cool. And so, let me know what you guys think. You guys hit the like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. And let's discuss stuff. Anything y'all want to discuss. Also, check out my HizWill official, my reaction videos. Go to that page, check that out. I do the weekly reactions and stuff like that, and it's the podcast channel, so y'all check it out. And so, let me know what y'all want to see. We can get it cracking. Whatever you guys wanna do. Just let me know. Just let me know. We'll get it. We'll discuss it. Let's get it popping. So, like I always say, y'all, it's peace and more hair grease. You dig? Ooh-wee. And I'm out like a sprout. No doubt. And let's get it cracking.
This is the Peace and Mohair Grease Podcast, bringing you reviews in movies, music, television, and touching on the latest hot topics and discussions with your boy, HizWill.